Welcome to the Spaghetti Junction Game, a game of skill and strategy and cunning, matched only by the shabbiness of the production values. Amazing what lockdown can drive you to, really, but there you go. In practice sessions before this first game proper, we found that teams were skirting around the edges of the board and not taking part in the mix in the middle. So we've introduced a 10-point bonus scheme for whoever gets across the junction first to the destination diametrically opposite. This is well worth having since you only get 12 points for a victory, so another 10 points is very welcome. I am just flashing up the rules here so that you can peruse them on pause at your leisure if you wish. Once the game progresses, we'll be keeping a running total, and I'll be putting a league table, a running scorecard in the top left-hand corner as the game reaches its denouement. Okay. The teams are about to be presented, and London will kick off from the 6 o'clock position, and then we'll go round the board clockwise. You will find when they start that they will often want to double up with a partner. This will maximize their road building capacity if they join up with a neighbor. So that's what they are likely to do. It'll get them across the board quicker. Here we go. London have immediately spurned the chance of cooperation with Bristol, so we'll see how that pans out. Every other team is partnering up here as we move towards the end of round 1 and into round 2. Trucks are released from the depot in direct accordance with the number of exits available to them. So if there are 3 exit routes, they get 3 trucks. So we're just seeing round 2 develop now, and it's all looking a little bit more complicated than it did. The first team to get a truck to each of the 12 destinations is the winner. There are 10 bonus points available to the team who gets a truck to the depot diametrically opposite across the junction. We're in the round 3 building phase now, and Belfast and Glasgow are arrowing straight towards us at the moment. They're looking pretty good, and it looks as though they're about to run into London, in which case Belfast will take the 10 bonus points. How about that? Straight across the board. Further back though, Belfast have missed the junction. They will be pulled up temporarily by the adjudication till someone else comes past and rescues them. Still early days, but it looks as though teams will need to spread their trucks out in order to have the best chance of success. We're still waiting to see what might take place. Lots of things can happen. There is a danger that teams might develop one route and neglect another. We're hearing that Birmingham have got 1 truck too many out, and they're having one pulled over in the top right-hand corner of the junction there. Has anybody spotted that London's routes are taking them all round to the right-hand side of the board into the area around Sheffield, Leeds, Newcastle and London itself? This is not going to be good. They're going to have to address that very quickly. They also have a truck stranded in the centre of the junction there. You can just see its roof sticking out from under the bridge, stranded by the lack of road building in front of it when it forked right. This can happen when teams sacrifice one route for another. So London are at the head of the convoy that's near Leeds at the moment, looping round on the right-hand side. They are certainly going to have to build some sort of flyover when the next round of... There we go. Here we go. The next... Oh, somebody else has helped them out there. 12 pieces of road on a nice brand new flyover, and they're heading to try and extricate themselves from the mess that they seem to have got themselves into. Birmingham's penalised truck has meanwhile been released by another teammate coming past, so they're playing catch-up now, trying to make progress. Right, I'm just going to slow this down now so you can have a look at the situation as it stands now. So now we take a look at the teams who are out of contention at this point. I've circled here 6 London trucks. The 7th one is currently hidden, this stranded one. They're none of them in the northwest, so that's their chances scuppered. Bristol similarly, a good fast start, but nothing in the northwest. They're not going to win this. Birmingham have only 1 truck heading to Glasgow and Edinburgh. They should have 2, obviously, so they're out of contention. I've circled him at the top. You can't really see him. He's in the queue up there. Manchester have a stranded truck top centre. You can see that there. It is worth pursuing with the rest of them, though, because if you finish 1 truck behind the leader, you get 11 points, and they're worth having. Glasgow, bottom left here, has set himself the task of getting to Cardiff, but it's more than 6 road spaces away, and he's not going to make it. In contrast to Birmingham, Edinburgh have 1 truck too many between Glasgow and Edinburgh, so again, out of contention, but 11 points up for grabs. Of the others, Leeds and Sheffield still seem to have a lot to do. Cardiff have got a couple of trucks that haven't really set off yet, and that leaves us with Newcastle, Belfast and Liverpool as the favourites, I would say. Every other team won't want Belfast to win. They've already picked up the bonus points, so we're going to have to see what happens. Liverpool in yellow, Newcastle have got the blue cabs and roofs, and Belfast the very pale pink with the mauve cabs. So we'll see what happens now, and it's coming up to very close to finish. And Liverpool it is. Very well done from Liverpool. Nice, serene, superbly done. Belfast just 2 trucks behind, Newcastle 3 trucks behind as they pulled into their final destination, so a close run thing. There's the league table, and we're now going to just do a quick action replay, watch the yellow trucks as they 3 of them pulled in virtually simultaneously, I think. So here is the league table after the first game. You'll see that Belfast have opened up a 9-point advantage over the winners Liverpool because they won the 10 bonus points. They've made themselves now a target because no one will want Belfast to disappear over the horizon. They'll be trying to peg them back during game 2, which we're going to flag up in a minute. We're going to do 6 videos of 2 games each. I've instituted a couple of new rules to increase game flow, which I will put up here. Teams will be compelled, if they're at the head of a convoy, to move that convoy at the earliest opportunity when the next road building stage comes round. And also, teams turning or trucks turning right will not be allowed to impede a truck turning left, and vice versa. So that will hopefully keep the game flowing. The only thing that will hold them up now is waiting for the next round of road building. So we'll get on with the game any moment. Belfast are the target. They won't want them to get over the horizon and disappear into the distance. And Bristol will be kicking off from the 7 o'clock position, the chocolate oranges, if you like. What we're seeing immediately is that Liverpool have set off in pursuit of joining the road building partnership of Birmingham and Manchester. The yellow truck is just heading there waiting for round 2 to join up. This will give them well, it will triple their ability to get across the board. They're all 3 of them in partnership. So Manchester, Birmingham and Liverpool will all be in the hunt to try and get the bonus points. It looks as though Newcastle, Leeds and Edinburgh have done a similar thing from the top right-hand corner. So Newcastle are coming across the board in first place at the moment. So it's going to be a straight race between these 2 lots of triple partnerships. So we'll see what happens. Newcastle are at the front of 1. Manchester at the front of the other in their attempt to get to Leeds. So we shall see what happens. It looks as though it's going to be tight. Manchester are coming down now. They're very close to Leeds at the start of the road building programme. Newcastle are heading to Birmingham. Manchester have been stalled. They can't get to Leeds, so it's this race between Newcastle and Liverpool, and Newcastle have got it. Newcastle into Birmingham, just, I think, about 2 road spaces before Liverpool got into Sheffield. So a good start there. Sheffield and London have still got 2 trucks left in base. They will want to get them out as soon as possible. Scores are coming through now as the teams pull into the first roads completed to the destinations. Don't know what happened to Birmingham's bid to get to Newcastle. Newcastle and Leeds have still got a truck in base, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll get those out quickly as well. Edinburgh have built a flyover that you can just see just right of centre, and I think they're catered for on that side of the board. They're already in, I think, at Leeds, at Sheffield. They're heading to London, so he's going the wrong way. It looks as though he's going to have to do something fairly dramatic to dig himself out of that position. We're going to stop the board in a minute to see how it's going on. Liverpool at the top of the leaderboard at the moment. But things change very quickly in this game. Leeds have got up there now. How about that? So we're getting pretty close to... Sheffield are away and London are away. They're hammering across the board, although Sheffield have got a truck stranded in the middle of the board here. They seem to be doing some sort of figure of 8 kind of loop here. Newcastle have got a truck stranded at the top there on the right hand side. Edinburgh's flyover has done a mid-air UE with Newcastle in tow. The planners won't like that very much, but it's all heading towards the top northwest hand corner. Manchester, Liverpool, Belfast is where the end game is going to be played out by the looks of it. Right, we're just going to stop it here and take a quick look at the situation as the end game approaches. Sorry about the dodgy camera work, by the way. It's can't have clamped it in hard enough to the workbench. First, Sheffield, taking a look at that. They've got 1 out of position, the other 2 handily placed. Edinburgh, a little bit all over the place. They've got another truck hidden under a bridge. They've got to work hard to get that one off his U-turn. Newcastle, 5 trucks still out, 3 of them handily placed. The other 2 have got it all on, as you can see. Liverpool have got 3 trucks out, and one of them should be in Bristol, and they're not, nowhere close. So that's going to be a problem. Birmingham the same. They've got another one stuck under a bridge there that you can't see, but they should. There's no green truck down in Bristol, not a Birmingham truck anyway. Manchester have got the same problem, but with regard to London, no purple truck down in London, so they're out of it, I'm afraid. They're I don't know what they think they're playing at. London, 3 trucks handily placed, all heading towards the northwest there, which has changed from last time. Cardiff the same. They've got their trucks all in a good position. Nothing more to say about Cardiff at the moment, except they're in a powerful spot. Bristol the same, all looking good for Bristol. And there are Leeds, and they too are heading in the right direction, so good position for Leeds. Glasgow in a very powerful position, only 2 trucks left out, and they are very handily placed for their last 2 destinations. And Belfast, somebody should have told the teams that Belfast were the target, and they don't appear to, because Belfast are in pole position there. Expect fireworks, because they'll suddenly realise that now. So here we go, Bristol to build first, any moment now. There they go, and they've diverted Belfast off down to the south. They've had some allies there with Cardiff and Birmingham also helping to build, all sitting in that convoy, so they're entitled to. But Belfast and its allies, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Newcastle and Leeds, also in the convoy, have just built the loop and gone straight back to where they should be. So a nice little diversion tactic from Cardiff and Bristol and Birmingham, but it's not going to work. Belfast are going to drop in here. What it has done is forced Belfast to use its 6 road spaces to go that way back, and kept the other one pinned outside Liverpool. So here's a close-up shot, just stopping the thing before the next bit of road building, and I'm about to change the angle so you get a better look. Most of these pictures are taken at night time under artificial light, but this was taken during the daytime. At this point, you'll see that those three trucks that can't go anywhere have been pulled over. Belfast have just got that to do to go into Liverpool, but I think the road builders who have first pick on what they do will send them off in that direction, and that will scupper their chances. That's Belfast and Bristol and Cardiff. Glasgow, if that is the case, they will probably take that existing bit of road and double back rather than follow another wild goose chase. Manchester there should be in Manchester. I don't know how it managed to avoid going into its own depot, but it's going the wrong way. Newcastle have got 2 trucks. They've still got to get to 2 destinations. Same with Leeds, same with Edinburgh. It's not going to happen. This game is about to wrap up. London have got 1 truck left out. The other one is in Liverpool, so they've got to get all the way up here to Belfast. It's not going to happen. They're going to run out of time. Bristol and Cardiff are in the hunt. If they move Belfast out of the way, they will certainly win this, one or the other, depend who gets both their trucks over the line first. Except there is a wildcard entry, and that is that stranded truck from Sheffield has now joined the back of the queue, and that might conceivably have a say in this. So we're about to set off again from this position. Belfast will win if they don't get sent off in a wild goose chase. Otherwise, it's between Bristol and Cardiff, who've got to get 2 trucks over the line, or Sheffield, who are behind them, but only need to get 1 truck over the line. So it couldn't be tighter, really. We'll see what happens now. And as predicted, Belfast have been sent the wrong way. We're just seeing this wrap up now. Ooh, what's going to happen now? Oh, crikey. And with Cardiff right behind them too. Fascinating result there. So here's the game result. Creditable 10 points still for Belfast, even despite all the sabotage. And Newcastle pick up the bonus points as stated, so 20 points for them. And here's a quick action replay. And you'll see the a bit closer up, just see the way it worked. And here's the league table after 2 games, and Belfast have been joined by Newcastle at the top of the table. So I hope you'll join me again for the next video. See how the championship progresses. 12 games, only 2 games gone, so 10 games to go.